Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to another session of e-content learning. Today, in this session, I will try to analyze a very thought-provoking poem called as "The Measurements," which has been authored by Navakanta Barua. My dear friends, this poem called as "The Measurements" is a very metaphorical poem and it has plenty of food for thought. The poem Measurements is very metaphorical and it gives plenty of opportunity for making various observations in the modern society. In modern society, one can know that everything goes by statistics, the birth rate or the death rate, the mortality, and the growth rate, the economy growth rate. All these things are all measured. Birth and death becomes just another measurable unit. There is nothing called as humanity. The element of humanity is not into today's society. A man's death has given opportunity for a statistical work, a measurement. A baby born also has given some work for another measurement. It is the measurement of the population and the measurement of death on the other end. So where is this modern society heading for? Where are we heading for? Is there any meaning in the modern civilization? In this poem, we find that Navakanta Barua here, this poem actually written by him, it is a critique of the modern civilization, and it critiques the idea of development and progress because the day is moving from evening to night and the world is moving towards darkness in the name of development and progress. And what we come to know is in the present times, everything is measured in economic terms. Economic terms. That is very pathetic, and it is another feature of the modern day society. And that is very pathetic once again to say that no one is really concerned about what to do with these measurements, with these statistical data, with these economic terms. And he gives a wonderful example of a person approaching a tailor to get his garments stitched, and he has to go by what the tailor says. And what we find is there are so many generations that have engaged themselves only in measuring the progress of a society in economic terms. But no one will ever think of stitching a garment called as happiness, because happiness is such a rare commodity in the modern world that it is very difficult to attain in today's fast paced world. So, here one can understand that no one is really thinking about the most important question of what should be the solution to achieve happiness, because happiness is another rare commodity. And the poem actually starts with these few lines. It is the evening time, and they all plan to go to the tailor to get measured, and they give the measurement of their neck, chest, their hands and arms, and the measurements are given. The measurements also will include certain aspects such as the hormones and love and affection. Even such things are also part of measurement. Yes, here this is given as a symbolic way of modern day world, which measures everything in terms of quantity, or rather quantifies even the human emotions, even the human tendencies of love, affection, and such things. So, here what the poet says is, he says, let us give measurements of life, of this and that, and various things. And only the measurements we shall think of the stitching later on. So here the poet actually starts with this idea of giving only the measurements and getting the stitching done later on. Why? Because there is a ideal, there is an ideal to achieve perfect happiness. He tells that why can't we get a garment called as happiness perfectly stitched for man? And that is where the modern modern day humanity, the mankind lacks. We lack happiness, and we are only in the mad pursuit of all the materialistic things of the world. And look at the statistics, look at the statistics of suicides, then the count of the Christians who are in Arabia. All these things are again matter of another statistical work, which have very little relevance for man's happiness. And the ideal of having perfect happiness remains totally an mirage in this desert of mankind. Thank you all for patiently listening to this thought provoking poem called as Measurements. Thank you.